Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal, and I've got another collection update today. All tapes, a bunch of good stuff, some stuff I've been waiting on a while for, and some stuff I've had for a while, and I finally just threw them in here because I hadn't talked about them yet. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first 4 tapes I have are from a package from a really cool label. Admittedly, it was the first time I ever ordered from them. Stuff I've always had an eye on for some of the releases that they've done, and I finally pulled the trigger on a few of these. And it is from Lifeless Chasm. If you're not familiar with Lifeless Chasm, they are a label that puts out some really awesome tapes. And I think for the most part, they just do tapes. I think they do CDs as well. And I finally ordered some that I've been eyeing for a while. 2 of them, I believe, are pretty much relatively new releases that just came out. And I pulled the trigger and I got them. So I finally got everything in the mail. Lifeless Chasm has a distribution in the UK, and then they also work out of the US. So I was able to get everything in very fast, really cheap shipping because they came from Kansas. So that made me happy. So we'll start with the first 2. And my camera's been awful with cases lately, so I'm taking everything out of the cases so you don't get the glare. It is from what I consider probably one of the more underrated brutal death metal bands, Defeated Sanity. So this is their second full-length Palms of the Moribund. There we go. This is the first time I ever heard Defeated Sanity back when this was released. I don't remember when this was released. I'm so bad at those release times. It was a while ago. They did come out with a new release last year. It's incredible. Really, really good album. So here you go. There's a J card right there. And if you see me like looking, I have like 3 monitors right here, and I have like one screen up here shows the recording of the camera, and one screen here is some notes. Yeah, so if you see me kind of going all directions, that's why. So here you go. Here's the album cover, and the other side is all the lyrics. Really, really nice layout. Again, great brutal death metal band from Germany. If you have not heard this stuff, you definitely should check them out. I feel like some people kind of sleep on these guys, and they've put out some really, really good albums. So this is their second full length. I just realized I didn't do this in order, but the next one's their first. And they have, I think, 2 more after these. One came out last year. Really, really good album. I'm super pumped that I got these. They're really nice quality. I was excited when they announced these, and of course I snatched them as soon as I could. And they finally got here a couple days ago. I think I got them like I don't remember. I've had them for quite a few days now. So, and then the next one is the first full-length release. This is Prelude to the Fuda Tragedy. Blah, 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 can't talk. And there you go. It's this really nice purple and red tape. There are a couple of other variants. I just love the sticker. I think it looks awesome. There are a couple color variants, and I don't remember how many were printed for each, but there you go. There's the album cover and then the lyrics on that side. So I think these are still available. I don't know if these actually sold out. So yeah, if you want to get some Defeated Sanity tapes in your collection, go for it. Dissonant tapes might actually get some of these in stock too. It's another great distro that I've been eyeing some stuff from, and their stuff sells quick, so you have to keep up with them. They recently dropped a huge distro update a couple of weeks ago, around the time that I got one of these tapes, and they had a bunch of Cannibal Corpse tapes and stuff like that, and those things gone like within 2 hours of announcement. So yeah, so those are the first 2 tapes from Lifeless Chasm, and the next 2 are from a band that admittedly I did not know too much about until this year. But I guess that ended up not being a bad thing because I believe they are splitting up now. The lead singer is in the band Afterbirth, so that probably is giving it away to who this is. But it sounds like they made some sort of an announcement recently that they're going to be splitting up, or this was going to be their final maybe tour or something like that. So admittedly, I kind of was like, well, I definitely liked the first album that I've heard, and I had not heard the second album yet. So they had these on tape, so I snagged them. Another great band. And this is Artificial Brain. So I'm sure everybody's watching is like, geez, yeah, Artificial Brain's amazing. So I finally have them in my collection. Really good stuff. And this is their first full-length Labyrinth Constellations. It's got a really cool like sci-fi album cover right there. I actually really like this album cover. I think it looks awesome. It looks like they are, I think maybe the vinyl might have been put out in Profound Lore, and then Lifeless Chasm picked up the tapes. I probably might have said that wrong. I don't know, but there's the lyrics on the other side. So really good stuff. And then the tape I got the green one. I don't know what the other color variants were. It's just that classic tape with the sticker. Same on the other side. So really good stuff. Band is out of New York. There we go. New York death metal scene. Really good stuff. But definitely check them out. Like I said, their lead singer is currently in Afterbirth, and from what I'm understanding, that's pretty much where he's still continuing on with that band. So at least there's that. Because I really like Afterbirth. And then the next one is the second full length. And I believe they've only got 2 full lengths out. This is the only stuff that they've released. This is Infrared Horizon. So again, really cool artwork. And then it's the red tape with the print, or the sticker I should say, right there. And then lyrics on the other side. So cool stuff. Like I said, check out Lifeless Chasm. They have a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on their site. So really, really good stuff. My dog is barking. I don't know why. Hopefully you can't hear that. All right. So next up, 2 tapes from Corpse Gristle. I got a distro drop from them. I put it on my distro. I bought a bunch of stuff through Corpse Gristle. And 2 of these tapes I kept for myself. And actually that's not true. No, 2 of these tapes I kept for myself. So just wanted to get them in the collection. One of them I was really excited about. The other one was a pretty new band. I had never heard them before until I bought the stuff from my distro. So the first one is Skinless with Gut Pumping Hits. This is their demos from back in the 90s. So Skinless is a brutal death metal out of New York. I feel like that probably doesn't need an introduction. So I got the pink tape. I think there was a couple of other color variants as well. I should know that because I just sold them all. I think there was like a gray one, and might have been another color, but yeah, I kept the pink one for myself. I like those pink tapes. Really nice J card. I like the layout on this, and then there's the 2 demos that they talk about. So nice little compilation, some essential old school 90s brutal death metal for the collection. Really, really good stuff. So I was excited to get this, and I've been listening to this quite a bit since I've gotten it. It's been in the tape deck a lot the last several weeks that I've had this. It took me a while to finally show this off on a video, but if you have not checked this out yet, definitely do so. I did have these in my distro, but I just sold all of them. So Corpse Gristle still might have some on Bandcamp. You'll have to go over there and check it out. And then the next one from Corpse Gristle, which by the way is a label out of Texas if you were not familiar, is interesting album cover. So I will cover up what I need to. This is Putrid Womb. I can never say it. With their EP Slam Induced Priapism. I think that's how you say it. It's got a little bit of a inappropriate boner on this monster, so I'm gonna just cover that up, and then I'll show you the other side right there. So this is slamming brutal death metal, and admittedly I am not the biggest slam fan. I really like a couple of bands, and I own stuff by them, like Pathology is one of them. Slam is really hit or miss with me, and a lot of people might hate me for saying that. I enjoyed it. I really liked this, so of course I got it. I still have 1 left in my distro if you're interested. Shameless, selfless promotion right there, guys. But I got the gray tinted tapes. I think green was the other one, and I think, was that the one that I still have left? I don't remember. You'll have to go to my distro and see, but yeah. Really fun stuff. So I recently just gave this away in an Instagram giveaway that I did this week. So, but again, if you're interested, I do have this on my distro. It's just, I got 1 left out of the several that I had. Really good stuff. It's fun. They're a fun band. They're a band out of Texas. I'd never heard them until now. I think they might have another full length out aside from this. I could be completely wrong about that, so don't quote me. But I picked it up and I enjoy it. Like I said, slam is really hit or miss with me. Sometimes I absolutely am in the mood for it and I'll listen to it and I'll be really into it. And other times I'm like, I can't right now. can't with that. This is probably one of those albums that I will, or those EPs I should say, that I will probably listen to quite a bit, because so far I have. It's definitely been another one that's been sitting on my tape deck for a while. So that's 2 packages out of the way. The next one is, I actually have had this for quite a while, since it was first released, and I forgot I owned it. That happens when you buy too much shit sometimes. So we're going to be continuing on the $20 spin train, and talk about a band that I had never heard of until this year, and this is Agnematum. Did I say that right? I might have butchered it. With Deconsecrate. This is their second full length that was released on $20 spin this year. One of the releases that I probably just was like, oh yeah, that sounds good. I'll probably order it. I ordered it, and then I didn't really listen to it all that much because of so much other stuff came out. So here's the J card. There's a band right there. The band is out of Portland. And like I said, this is their second full length. And this album is actually really good. So when I did finally sit down and listen to it, and not just go off of the few singles that I had heard before I pre-ordered it, I really, really enjoyed it, and I think it's really good. I think some more people need to talk about it. I think it needs a little bit more love, a little bit more praise. So if you haven't listened to this yet, it is another solid $20 spin release. They just keep going on with that. They just keep doing it for me, and this is a really, really good album. So definitely check this out. Like I said, they have another full length. I've never heard it before, so I need to go back and check it out. But admittedly, this is the first time I'd ever heard of this band. So really good stuff. Check this out. And I just was going through this new stuff that I got, and I was like, oh shit, I never talked about this. I need to, because it's actually a really, really good album. So, all right. And then finally, this album is long overdue to talk about. This is one that I've just been obsessed with. I debated on doing like an album review on it, and then I just chose to just write like a little small review on Instagram. But again, it is really, really good. And I have never heard of this band until this year. So this is one of those bands that kind of flew underneath the radar for me. They came out with a full length called Deviant. I think it might have been last year or 2 years ago, that people just raved about. And then they finally released, or not finally, they released another album this year on I Voidhanger Records. And then Total Dissonance Worship picked up the tape pressing for it, and that is Defacement with their self-titled. It's just called Defacement. So I'm sure you probably have seen that album cover floating around, and I'm probably incredibly late to this party. But admittedly, I finally sat down and listened to this several weeks ago. After I saw it on Instagram, people were posting the vinyl, which is on I Voidhanger, by the way. And I sat down and listened to it, and I was like, holy shit. Why hadn't I listened to this sooner? So, if you're not familiar with Total Dissonance Worship, they are a smaller, like Simon often says, boutique death metal label. I think they also put out some black metal as well. And just makes some really nice quality tapes, worth the cost, and they usually come with some sort of a special obi. This one has like this side obi right there, and they're usually hand numbered. So I got 40, I believe that's a 9 out of 66. So it's usually very small, limited runs. He usually sells out. There is a vitriol tape that I finally got shipped, so I will be showing that off soon. I'm excited about that, but they did release that. And this album is fantastic. It is dark. It is dissonant. It is very, very almost atmospheric in a way, and it is right up my alley. It's got some doomy elements to it. It is just, it's a very, very good album, and I am just really sad that it took me a while to catch on to this. So I've been listening to it like crazy. It comes in a really nice like pink Norelco tape as well. So great album. Check this out if you have not yet. It's just, yeah, it's really good, and pretty much does what melts your face off. So the album artwork is pretty fitting considering what you're listening to. So that is everything that I had to show today. I do have a bunch of other new stuff, so another new collection update will be coming soon. And if there's any list videos you guys want me to make, just go ahead and comment and let me know, like favorite whatever. If you really want to know my favorite jazz albums, I'll do it. Do not tempt me. love to see the trolls on that. So that's all that I have, guys. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.